Hello friends, Mandar here. I am back with another video. Today I am going to give you 10 tips to do when you are searching for a job within Canada but from outside of Canada. So if you are interested in this video, please watch this video until the end and I hope you will get a value out of it. So let's get started. If you are here for the first time, my name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I would also like to mention that I am not an immigration attorney, so anything that I say in this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. If you have a specific immigration need, you should hire a competent immigration attorney. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Now let's get started. So I often get questions regarding the videos that I post regarding different streams of PR applications for Canada. Almost most of them have a job requirement as a primary requirement. And it is often very difficult for a person outside of Canada to find a job in Canada, to even start the process. Finding a job in itself is a very challenging thing, but nowadays you have some tips and tricks that you can use, and if you use them wisely, your chances of getting a job are significantly increased. Now, if you are from outside of Canada, it even poses some more challenges because you are not face to face with the recruiters, and the recruiters and the companies are often apprehensive of hiring somebody from outside of the country because they are unsure if you will get a visa and if you will be able to come, and many times they are not willing to wait that long. So here are 10 tips that I will give you that will increase your chance to land a job in Canada with a Canadian employer while you are applying from outside of Canada. First of all, you need to find out what is your experience and what is your education. Then you need to go to the canada.ca portal and find the NOC code that relates to your job. The reason you want to do this is because you want to maximize your chance of landing a job and eventually a PR in the same job category that your experience has been so far. So that is the number one thing that you should do. Find the NOC code and type of job you will be applying based on your qualifications and your past experience. Now number 2, build a Canadian resume. Now Canadian format resume is slightly different. I'll give you some tips about it. Your resume should not be any longer than 2 pages. In the header section, you should have your full name, you should have your address, you should have your email and your phone number. These are the 4 things that you should have in the header section. Followed by, you should have a summary of skills. Now what summary of skills means is your strengths. What are you good at? What are your qualifications? What are the 3 or 4 skills that you can say that I am good at or best at? So you want to sell those 4 things that you have in summary section of your resume. Now you should also attach some examples when you are writing those 4 things in bullet points. The reason is the employer should be able to relate the skill and the strength with the experience example that you have shown. After that section comes professional experience. In this section, you should outline all the related jobs that you have done in the past in relation to the job that you are going to apply. You should state the company name, duration of the work, your job title, and your responsibilities and your achievements. You don't need to tell about the project or what the company did or the team did. That is not much relevant. What is relevant to the employers is what you did and what you made difference to that company. If possible, give some examples in terms of numbers. Say for instance, if you optimized a process, if you brought efficiency in the production operations, or if you brought efficiency in supply chain, give in terms of numbers, give some examples. So that is the middle section where you explain your professional experience. And then the last part of the resume should be your education and certifications. You should note down your bachelor's, master's or PhD or whatever you have, followed by all the certifications and permits and licenses that you have acquired. If you have any Canadian license or permit, you should mention that as well. That is a high-level structure of the resume that you should build. As I said, it should no longer be more than 2 pages. It should be very concise, precise, and with examples. So that was my point number 2, build your resume. Point number 3 is build references. So what I mean by that is reach out to your past employers and past connections and colleagues Get some references, get some reference letters or letters of recommendations. These will be handy when you go in for an interview or when you make an application for a job. References are regarded very highly in the universities and job market in North America. So you should definitely spend some time in acquiring those while you are outside of Canada. So that was point number 3. Now point number 4 is build your LinkedIn profile. Now LinkedIn, as you may know, or a professional social networking site. It is very important in this day and age to have your LinkedIn profile up to date. You should have a good headshot, in the sense your photograph or profile picture. You should have a very good tagline in the header, and your LinkedIn profile should match your resume. If possible, also try to get recommendations through LinkedIn. So that is one of the most important things that I recommend everybody. Nowadays, all the recruiters, almost for all companies, use LinkedIn as their primary tool for recruitment. So many times they post the jobs on LinkedIn at the same time when they post the job in the career section of their own website. So you should have LinkedIn profile. Number 5, now that you have a LinkedIn profile, you should make connections. You should make connections to colleagues, people from the same field, recruiters, and any professional connections that you may think of. The reason is, the more networking you do on LinkedIn, the better chance that you have of knowing any kind of jobs that you are looking for. Because oftentimes people like and share some jobs, and if you are connected to them, it shows up in your LinkedIn feed. That way you are exposed to more number of jobs than you would otherwise. So this is a very important tip to consider, to have your LinkedIn profile and have those connections. Number 6. Now another thing that I would like to mention is make Canadian contacts and friends. Add Canadian recruiters to your network and stay in touch with them. Provide them your profile and your resume and let them know that you are looking for a job, so that if they come across any openings, they will let you know. So this just increases your chance to find the jobs within Canada. Now the next one is also very important. Look out for recruitment events. The province of Nova Scotia have been organizing recruitment events throughout the world. So how this works is, they have a limited time frame when they have these events across the world in certain places, and they invite people while they are outside of Canada. So people who are interested to migrate to Nova Scotia, they can show up with their resume and fill in their profile, and that way Nova Scotia has your resume and profile. Now what they will do is, they will screen your application and try to match with any prospective Nova Scotia employers. And if you are connected with the employer, you can be called for an interview and even land a job. So this is a very good option if you can go through these recruitment events and land a job, because in that situation you will get a provincial nomination and land a PR. Now number 8, sign up for all the recruitment websites. In other words, job websites such as Indeed.com, Workopolis.com, Simplyhired.ca, Jobbank.gc.ca, and so many others. Build your profile on all of these websites, upload your latest resume, and subscribe to the jobs that you are interested in, so that you get those alerts as soon as those jobs become available in the market. This is another way to get exposed to as many jobs as possible in Canada from outside. Now number 9 is, while you are doing these applications, prepare for the certifications and permits that are required in Canada. The reason is, if you do that, you can show that in your resume. So many jobs in Canada, such as doctors, engineers, nurses, they all require certain permits in every state. You won't be able to just come to Canada and start a job with a degree that you have from your home country. You'll need to get some licenses and permits to be able to work in Canada in those roles. So if you find that information out and prepare for that ahead of time, you can put that in your resume, so that the prospective employer knows that you are working towards it, and it may increase your chance to get hired. So that is a very important tip, number 9. And last but not least, I would highly recommend, if you have the means, you should visit Canada on your own. This will have many different purposes. You will get to feel the actual lifestyle in Canada. You'll be able to get that face-to-face time with the recruiters and headhunters, and then they will know that you are a serious candidate, and they will proactively market your resume to the prospective employers. So if possible, do make a visit to Canada and see for yourself, and during that visit you can also try for some job. So those are the 10 things that I wanted to mention that will increase your chance to land a job in Canada while being outside of Canada. So I know this is the biggest pain point everybody has in Canadian permanent residency process. So I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you in the next one.